I want to tell you all the negative news you've heard about Fallout 76 for the last 6 years was a lie. And it didn't need a massive turnaround to become a hidden gem, because it always was one. It was never a bad game. It was simply misunderstood. I'm sure many of you right now are already in the comments, but there was no NPCs. There were none of the quests and the excellent storytelling that we expect from Bethesda in the Fallout series. And to that point, I would say you were absolutely right. The problem was never the lack of quests or NPCs. The problem was unrealized expectations from us fans, as well as a misunderstanding of Bethesda's vision for this game. Don't get me wrong, there were bugs, pretty bad bugs to be honest, but those just come with the territory, it seems like, with Bethesda, and not something that people should have been shocked by or stayed away from the game because of. We all wanted to explore the wasteland with just maybe a friend, and to just couple up and do quests and explore secrets. But Bethesda, they had a bigger goal in mind. They had different ideas that we just couldn't see through our narrow scope. See, from the beginning, Fallout 76, at its core, was designed to bring people together, to get us to interact with other players in the environment in ways that had never been done before inside the Fallout universe. The idea was to live an alternate life, to quest and to build a home in the wasteland and create your own stories with people you met out in the wild and your friends. Now, Bethesda are master storytellers when they want to be, not all the time, but when they want to be, they can tell an excellent story. We know this from Elder Scrolls, and we know this from Fallout. But they invested in us. They think so much of us, they said, hey, here's this playground. You guys go write your own stories, and they'll most likely be even better than anything we can come up with, right? See, Fallout 76 devs have always been very dedicated and very passionate. They're equally as passionate about the game as us and the community. And to prove my point, if you Google Fallout 76 today, these are some of the results you'll get. And there will be people out there in the community who still hate Fallout 76, and they will say the only reason that it's getting these kind of numbers and this popularity all of a sudden is because of the Fallout TV show, which was very good, and people want to just play anything Fallout. And to those people, I say, no, that's not true at all. So let's talk about Fallout 76 in its current state, and why it was never a bad game. It's a game for everyone, really. There's camp building, amazing combat, amazing storytelling, collectibles. Fans of previous games coming into Fallout 76, who are also big fans of the Brotherhood of Steel, are in for an amazing time. You get to play through the Brotherhood of Steel settling in Appalachia, helping them set up their command posts, helping them choose their leader. You get a huge array of different power armors and Brotherhood of Steel weapons and armor pieces and outfits. You get to be a part of one of my favorite couple of quest lines in any Fallout game I've played. Okay, well, let's say you're not a fan of the Brotherhood of Steel. Are you a fan of heist movies? The Wastelanders quest line introduces both the Raiders and the Settlers. And without going into too many spoilers, this quest takes you throughout Appalachia on the chase for Appalachia's most valuable treasure. Truly, truly an engaging quest line. Let's say you're not interested in quests. Let's say you just want to run around the wasteland with your friends or solo and just see what you can find. See what kind of creatures you can hunt. I'm pleased to tell you that Fallout 76 includes legendary cryptids that are ripped right out of real life West Virginian folklore, such as Mothman, the Grafton Monster, the Flatwoods Monster. For someone who likes to experiment with builds like I do, this game has the most intensive, intricate, yet simple build design system I have ever seen. Did you know, spread out across the 7 attributes in this game, there are over 200 perk cards? That is an insane amount of perks and skills. As if that weren't enough, you throw in the 26 legendary perk cards that are in the game. These spread across 7 attributes It leads to a total of 189 different legendary perk combinations. Sheer amount of possibility makes the end game so much more rewarding and worth doing. And speaking of in-game, we have repeatable quests, world bosses, weekly time missions that provide you better and better rewards the faster you can complete the objectives. We have an ability to drop a nuke on camps and groups of creatures. I'll say that again. You can drop a nuke in this map. And not just like a fat boy nuke from other Fallout games. A massive nuke comes down. And there's a massive mushroom cloud. And it affects the gameplay. It affects the creatures that spawn there for a limited amount of time. The resources that can be gathered in that area for a set amount of time. When is something like that not fun? Let's say the combat doesn't interest you. Let's say the quests don't interest you. Well, you might be interested in this. Fallout 76 has a very impressive camp building system. You can build from teeny tiny shacks all the way up to giant castles with your friends or solo. And let's bring up a big issue while we're talking about being with friends or solo. I know many of you didn't want a multiplayer Fallout game, and you wonder to yourself, all this sounds good, but can I play it solo? Can I pretend it's another Fallout, just in an alternate universe or something? And the answer to that is of course. Like, if you go to these locations where these quests are and these quest givers, you can certainly play them alone, and they are just as fun and just as engaging. I would argue more so. When you visit these newly implemented locations such as Fort Atlas and Crater and Foundation where these quest givers reside, I promise you, you will never be able to tell that these were not in the game at launch. Circling back, what's kept this game alive these 6 years is the amazing community that it has. These people go above and beyond for new players, even going so far as to have donation boxes around Appalachia where they put materials that they don't need and other players could use in there. They've kept this game what it is. In the end, Bethesda succeeded in their goal. Fallout 76 has one of the best communities, if not the best community I've ever been a part of, and their goal of bringing people together and engaging in the game in never before seen ways was a success. And I highly recommend, especially for a game on me on Game Pass, if you don't at least try this game, trust me, you're doing yourselves a big disservice. That is all I have for you guys. Thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed, please leave me a like and a sub. It really, really helps the channel. And leave me a comment. What do you think about Fallout 76 in its current state? Is it worth playing?